Hello everyone, welcome to my channel again here on Twitch, and I'm about ready to play on, well, that right there, Rise of the Tomb Raider, but in VR. Let's let it load on up here. Okay, yeah, here we are. Okay, good. So I need to check every now and then, so I'm going to be removing the headset every so often in order to look and see. But here we are. I had started this earlier. Also, is the camera capturing? Yes, camera is on me. Good. I had started this. Let me aim it up a little higher, though. Right about there ought to do. I had started this last week, and, well, to put it mildly, it was a bit of a failure. So therefore, I'm trying again this time. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to start over rather than continuing where I left off, because I didn't get very far anyway. Alright, let me make sure I'm well enough centered here. So apparently this is the only part of Rise of the Tomb Raider that is in VR. It's not the best kind of VR, I've noticed. It's okay, it's serviceable, certainly. But, I've seen better. Let's just leave it at that. If you are in the chat room, go ahead and tell me whether or not my voice is loud enough or too loud, if the video seems okay, if the music or other game audio is too loud or not loud enough. And I apologize for any mic sounds, because I'm here in VR and standing up. I can't really have my Yeti mic nearby, so I'm using the mic that's built into the headset to get my voice for this. So we'll see how things go. We have unlocked the free mode, but we'll start off in comfort mode at first here. Yeah, I'm comfy enough. I got just enough area here to work with. Should be enough anyway. So here we are. Blood ties. Whenever it finishes loading. Oh, why are you over here? Why is the screen here, I wonder? Well, you know what? That's fine. I would actually even kind of prefer that it be here.
Final notice to Lara Croft, a current tenant of premises. This is to serve as your final notice for the purposes of terminating your ownership of Croft Manor. You are required to immediately vacate and surrender possession of said manor to Atlas de Mornay, executor of estates.
Lara, it is unfortunate that you have forced my hand in this matter, but so be it. As you know, your parents appointed me executor of the estate in the event of their absence. Since your mother disappeared, her death was never technically declared. And given the circumstances surrounding your father's death, it's no surprise that he never drafted a formal last will and testament to account for this circumstance. Unfortunately, you have no legal claims to the estate. I'm willing to negotiate a modest monthly stipend from your trust, but only if you leave the manor by week's end. Don't fight me on this, Lara. Your mother wouldn't want that. Sincerely, Atlas.
Don't you bring my mother into
There has to be a will or some kind of evidence of what happened to Mum in the manor somewhere. Dad's safe.
Yeah. Okay, so we need to get used to this. Holding down the left trigger initiates a teleport, and use the right stick to rotate around. So we'll turn this way, and then when we and then we have to actually hit the right trigger to teleport. That's, in my opinion, extraordinarily clunky. Now, you can also use left and right grips, which it says LB and RB, to rotate in 45-degree increments around a single spot. Also, I'm getting this weird thing whenever I do change positions or rotations. There's a flash of color change or contrast change, I should say. Things seem to light. They start dark and then they lighten up a little bit. Some weird graphical issue. I don't know. I think that's just in the game itself. Also, I'm guessing you can see these controllers in my display here. If you compare my movements with the movements that you're seeing of these controllers, there is a noticeable lag, which again, I've only ever seen in this game. So clearly there's the people who did the VR version of this, it was their first go maybe. It's not the greatest. A lot of systems that I'm aware of, going back to the teleportation, you don't have to hold down one trigger, rotate the stick, and then press another trigger to move. Instead, you just touch the stick. There are sensors in these controllers that if you just touch the stick, it knows, oh, he's probably going to want to teleport. And if you press forward or use any sort of movement with the stick, see, right now the sticks aren't doing anything. But normally, if you would press in that direction and then let go, you would teleport, and that's not the case here. It was a very simple, intuitive, easy way to do things. It's clunky. It is clunky, that's all I can say about it. So anyway, let's just try and get used to it for now, and then we'll put on the free mode, see, already, in a little while.
Needs a combination. It's got to be in Dad's papers somewhere. Maybe in the library.
Maybe in the library. Well, before we go to the library, we're gonna examine everything we can in this room first. In the whole mansion, for that matter.
I was so proud of that thing. That's my handwriting. My penmanship was pretty good.
Yeah. It's better than mine, actually. Interesting. And then this happens sometimes. It freezes up, which again, only ever seen it in this little game. So, be back. Okay, whatever. Oh, come on. I can stand wherever the heck I want. There we go. Also, I know that if I hit the right stick button, it does bring up that little adventure side or whatever that we're so familiar with from the main game. And you hit it again to turn it off. The left stick you press in to bring up the map, and there it shows 2% complete. All these other things, we can zoom in, zoom out. It's not the greatest. Yeah, like I said, it just seems like it was shoehorned in.
Well, this is a hell of a thing. I met someone tonight quite unexpectedly. But it shouldn't have been, it seems. I've been so buried in my work, so distracted by my latest revelations, I never bothered to notice my surroundings. But there she was, sitting at my table in the library. Her name is Amelia. And apparently she's been studying right next to me. Art history, of all things. I shared some of my research against my better judgment, but I wanted to see how she would respond. And she did not disappoint. I felt as if I was suddenly engaged in a mental game of chess, moving and counter-moving in argument. At one point, that poor old librarian had to shush us as if we were children. I feel so foolish for not having noticed her earlier. She's a brilliant woman who's challenged my ideas for the first time in memory. In truth, I don't know if she's feeling as exhilarated as I am right now, but I dare say our conversation was mutually stimulating. For the first time in a long time, I find myself thinking about something else besides my research. I hope she returns for another round tomorrow.
My parents made a good team, challenging each other from the start.
Alright, and this...
Dad would have liked me to go to Oxford, but I insisted on UCL. Yep, looks real. Roth once offered to forge me a fake diploma to show Dad.
Alright. And then there's these weird, I think these are just red herrings, because, yeah, you can open that up and there's literally nothing inside there of note. Alright, let's head over here. Let's head over here.
Dad's map of the forgotten cities of northern Syria. He was closer than he knew to finding the Prophet's tomb.
I can't get a good rotation on this. Well, anyway. Alright. So let's see, there's a little more here. Yeah, the coffee table and those things over there. Let's head over there.
A picture with Dad and Anna.
Mm-hmm.
Never liked wearing dresses, but the color was nice. This is probably my grandfather, Benjamin.
Probably? Okay. What do we pick these things up and we're putting them away? We're not putting them back, clearly. Yeah. It's weird.
I finally introduced Richard to the family. It went precisely how I imagined. Icy but polite grace from mother, indifference and disinterest from father, and thinly veiled contempt from Atlas. Of course they don't approve. To them, Lord Croft is the man who took away their beloved daughter and ruined her long-standing engagement, though I was never going to marry that repugnant Earl of Farringdon anyway. One might think they would be happy that I was being courted by a genuine lord of the realm. It just happens to be Richard Croft. In their eyes, the man who single-handedly ruined a once great family. But there's nothing to be done now. Watching how Richard dealt with their subtle insults and disrespect. Such grace and calm. I know he did it for me. I think I'm falling in love with this man. It will break my mother's heart, but I cannot live the life she imagined for me. My time with Richard has only made this clearer.
It must have been hard for Mum to go against her family's wishes. I'm glad she did.
So, yeah, there's some doorknobs here we can open up. Oh, there's the thing.
Dad's book about immortality myths might be useful in my research.
Such a wonky way of controlling the objects. I felt that about both of these games, the 2013 reboot and this one. Yeah. So anyhow, we're done in this room as far as I can tell. Look, oh, right, wait, sorry, there's one more thing. Yep.
One of Dad's Yoruba masks, a gift from a friend he met on an expedition in Nigeria.
All right. Okay, now I think we're done, except for the safe, of course. So, go ahead and head into the hallway here.
Locked. There's got to be another way through.
Got to be another way through. Relics from the Rathman are essential for completing the story. Thank you.
This is the map I made for my first expedition with Dad. It shows a path to the library through the servants' passages.
Okay, interesting. And, servants' passages and spiral instincts, yeah. So you hit that.
Wait, I can get to the library through the old servants' corridor.
Exactly. But we're not going to do that right now. We have many other things to examine and look at
That's
here.
artifacts from the Nile Valley. I always loved looking at these. Dad became interested in immortality myths after his expeditions to Egypt.
Very nice, very nice. Nothing hidden on this one, though. Okay. Now, besides that alternate way to the library, we're done there. So let's check out this room. Let me make sure I'm still streaming. Looks like I am. Yay. Alright, let's face this way, because that's kind of what they want me to do here.
Hi, Dad. I've been thinking about Mum lately. I wish I knew more about her. How did you meet? What was she like? Winston told me that she was a brilliant artist. Are some of her paintings locked up in the West Wing? And I guess I just want to know, did she love me, Dad? Did she ever say that she did? Maybe I'm just being silly, but will you tell me more about her the next time I'm home from school?
Yeah, so evidently, Richard Croft fell in love with an Amelia, didn't catch the last name, who has a brother named Atlas who doesn't approve of it. Apparently, her parents don't either. Nothing in there. That was a late audio cue.
Lara, I've reviewed the report from your therapist.
Good morning. Okay.
I have to say I was surprised to see a clean bill of health. I somehow doubt you've so easily abandoned your irrational claims. Indeed, where have you been the past few weeks? My secretary discovered that you booked a flight to Turkey on the 20th. You can't have been simply sightseeing, as your customs claims suggest. I know you're up to something, and I'll be damned if I let you use the Croft assets to indulge the same obsession that led to my sister's death. It's not too late to relinquish your claims on the manor voluntarily. If you refuse, I will find a way to cut you off. Sincerely, Atlas.
Atlas can get... Okay, I'm not going to say that.
Well, hello there, Sir Lancelot. Don't worry, I won't be boring your sword this time.
I don't recognize which game that's a callback. I'm just not as familiar with the games as I would kind of like to be. I just have to stand fully in here.
The Grand Hall. I always loved playing in here as a kid. This will be one of the first things to fix.
Okay, I think now is a good enough time to not bring up that menu. In fact, let me make sure I am still streaming. Yep, I am. Good. There it is. Let me go to view control. Oh, that's just viewing the controls. Here's the graphics. I'm going to leave those where they are because I don't want to mess anything up for streaming purposes. But in options, I would like to change this to free movement here. To the friends of Discord sweating dizziness, please stop playing immediately. Blah blah blah. Fine. Oh, you have to actually hold it down. Good grief. Alright, very well. There we are. And we leave all these alone. Restrict movement. Player back and side speeds are restricted during free mode. Speed in any direction. Well, okay, we'll just leave it on for now. I'll probably leave that on. That would be best. Oh, we're gonna get a flashlight in here. That's nice. Vibration. I know it's a control vibration. Okay, yeah, the instincts. Subtitles, don't really need them. Thank you. Okay, we're good. All right, so here we go. All right, yeah, admittedly, it is a little bit disorienting. Especially since it's so slow. That's strange because I've played other VR games where I had free movement. It might be this, actually. Let me turn both of these up and see how that does. Okay, that's disorienting. I don't know why. Of course, in those other games, I think it's because I was also sitting in a chair. While playing the game. So I could do that right now, I suppose. Let me see how that does real quick. Pardon me while I grab the chair. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Alright, I'll adjust the camera here in a minute after I verify whether or not this will work. It's still a little disorienting, which again is so unusual. Let's just turn it all the way up. You know what? I don't know what this game is doing that makes things so different. I am going to go back to this teleport mode, whatever. And I'm going to just stand up. Well, yeah, I will also stand up. So let's go back to the comfort there. And that'll do. I still think this is a dumb way of controlling. There's something over here? No, nothing over here. Alright, let me go back to standing up because even though it's a little bit more tiring, I think it's better. Ooh.
A phoenix figurine. I bet this appealed to Dad's idea of immortality, of rising from the ashes and being born anew.
Yes, yes indeed. Okay, let me go put the chair away again. Put another swig here. Okay. Let's resume, shall we? We've already looked at some things here. Interesting. Wanted to go through the floor there. Can't really, yeah, that's a really poorly done outside. What was that? Please move back, something. Please move back out of scenery. Oh, because my head kind of intersected with the objects here. That's not cool. Oh well. Oh, hello.
This belongs to Anna. Most of her belongings are in the guest house. What was she doing in here?
Smoking, apparently.
Someone has a sense of humor.
So apparently these controllers are vibrating whenever I'm getting close to the hidden information on these relics. Well, I require the master key. Alright, we're gonna go downstairs here.
Lara, you know the West Wing is off limits.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to see.
We've been through this.
Was Mum's room in here?
Just stay out of there, darling.
Dad was always so protective of the West Wing. Locked. Need a key to open this.
Alright, well, let's go ahead and head down here. Here we are in the Grand Hall. Checking to make sure everything's still running. Unfortunately, yeah, the screen is kind of cropped as a square. That's just the nature of VR. I don't want to. I could stretch it out to fill out the 16:9 space, but then it would look stretched, and I'd rather not do that. A lot of work needs to be done here. Clearly. Anything over here? No. How about right here? Oh, requires a master key. There are a bunch of things about. Nothing here. The structure is declared unsafe for human occupancy or use. It is unlawful. It is unlawfully. I can't really get any closer to it. It is unlawfully for any person to use or occupy this building. Any authorized person will be removing the sign will be prosecuted. Code BORO, B-R-O, Article 121, I guess. Section UA, Micro A, I don't know. Date November 14, 2006, presumably. Refer to ordinance unknown, ROHF. Well, I don't know. Don't know what all that means. Maybe someone out there can tell me. Alright, well, what is this? Is this wear helmet? Why is it in Japanese? Or Chinese, or whatever. That makes no sense here, but Okay. Alright, well, let's resume walking through here. Actually, there's something right here. Let's check this out.
Another one of Dad's immortality artifacts. I think Roth bought this for him from a trader in Greece.
Nice detail. Pretty cool. Doesn't really say what it is. A bracelet? A ring? I don't know. Something.
What are you doing sitting there on the floor, Mistress Lara?
Looking at the compass, thinking.
What about, if I may inquire?
There's a compass
Just
on the floor.
thinking about discovering faraway places, about finding adventure.
I'm sure you will, my lady. You've the soul of an explorer. But don't grow up too fast.
Oh, that's exactly what she has to do, though. Oh, there's something over here.
Lara, since your
Atlas
return
again.
from your expedition to Yamatai, I've grown increasingly alarmed at your erratic behavior. I can only assume you suffered some kind of psychological trauma and are only acting out as a call for help. I want you to know that I hear you, loud and clear. Anna and I agree that it's time for you to be evaluated by a professional. I took the liberty of arranging an introduction to a highly qualified colleague of mine. You should be receiving the details in the post soon. I want to impress upon you the importance of this, Lara. As executor of the estate, it is my duty to see that it is left in capable hands. And if I may be blunt, you're acting like your father when he was at his worst. He nearly lost the manor himself in those days. I'd hate for you to repeat his mistakes. I encourage you to embrace the help I'm offering. Sincerely, your uncle.
Okay, so as I understand it, so Richard Croft fell in love with Emilia de Mornay. I don't know if they got married. I guess they did. Haven't seen any evidence of that yet here in all these. She died, apparently pursuing, following along with Richard's, pursuits. And Atlas has never forgiven him. And apparently Lara either, because she's their offspring. And because of the fact that both Richard is now dead, and of course Amelia had died before then, I guess. Maybe they died together. I don't know. I don't remember. Regardless, because I guess he was the closest relative, because he was the brother/brother-in-law. He becomes the executor of the estate. I would have figured that would have fallen to Lara, since she's their child, but I don't know. I'm not quite certain how all that works. And anyway, maybe there's more to the story here than I've uncovered so far. Let's check out these things here. First, the stuff on the left.
Hey, Jonah. Sorry for not getting back to you sooner. I've decided to do some research at the manor. A lot has happened, and I need some time to think about what I want to do next. This old place is filled with memories and secrets. Uncle Atlas has tried to keep me out of here for so long, I don't even know if I want to keep it. But after everything that's happened, maybe I can find out what it still means to me, if it's worth fighting him for. I'll let you know how things worked out when I'm back in London.
Okay. I don't suppose there's... Yeah, we're not going out that door. Yeah, we can open that up.
Got to remember to pack this for my next trip.
Ah, there we go. Now we found the flashlight. It's an interesting looking device that's got an angle on it. Is it supposed to be a headlamp or something? Or I guess for straps on some adventuring gear, I don't know. There we go.
Should be able to explore the dark now.
Oh, so I couldn't have even gone through the servant's passage until I got that anyway. Well, I guess it's a good thing I explored first. Not that it really matters, I suppose. Alright. All these papers on the floor, I guarantee I can't do anything with them. So yeah, apparently that was a little flashback here with Laura as a child playing with this compass on the floor. It's interesting that the center of the compass has a sort of indentation, almost as though something would fit there for a sort of puzzle, maybe? I don't know. Alright, let's go check out this, what looks like a journal.
The offer came in the post last week, and I still haven't told Richard. He flew ahead to Tibet, where I will meet him shortly. I never told him I was submitting my work. Never thought there was a chance of being accepted. Oh, but a gallery tour is not something I can pass up. The show will take me away from England for over a year. I'll begin in New York and travel across the United States and, oh, God, I'm giddy even writing these words. When Richard and I were married, I was prepared to relegate my painting to a hobby. But it was Richard who objected, who gave me my atelier and studio. Without that support, I might still be painting boring landscapes. Now I can't shake the foolish sensation that leaving would be a betrayal. He will laugh at that and insist I accept, even though I know it will break his heart to be apart. He never once asked me to sacrifice any part of my life for his. I have, of course, in 1,000 small ways over the years, but he would never ask. The discussion can wait, and I will join him in Tibet. I won't cast a shadow over his find. I will be by his side in his triumph, as I know he will stand by my side, in time.
So I guess it was in Tibet that something happened to them. Again, please excuse me, my piss poor knowledge of the, let's walk around that, of the Tomb Raider history. Anything back here? Yeah, there's something anyway. Just this.
I'm not sure. I really need to brush up on my ancestors one of these days.
How do you know it is one of your ancestors? I mean, I would guess it probably is, but yeah. Never tell with any of the paint on it or anything. Alright, nothing to do there. Those boards are not looking good either. Alright, anything else? Down here that I need to look at before heading back upstairs? I don't think so. I think we can go ahead and go up there now. Make sure I'm back centered here. And we'll take that servant's passage. Oops, wrong way. Doot, doot, doot. Yes, I know. Highlight important objects with R3. Thank you. And I can see it right here. There we go. Okay, we now have a flashlight active here. Oh, this is good. This will be interesting.
Amelia, the news has reached Mother. She knows that you broke off your engagement with the Earl of Farringdon. She is beside herself with worry. But, for the moment, she's controlling the narrative. As far as anyone knows, you're just having innocent second thoughts. But the moment your affair with Lord Croft goes public, it will be too late. Our name will be as ruined as this man you've chosen to bed. Don't you see that you're being selfish, Amelia? Please, consider your family. You're a de Mornay. Everything you do has a greater effect on us all. I'm coming down to London soon. Don't do anything rash until we have a chance to talk.
Yeah. Don't do anything that would embarrass the family. Yep. Of course.
Falling apart. Maybe I should just let my uncle have this place.
Yeah, right. I would kill to have a place like this. Highlight things. Oh, there's another thing right there. Ooh, goes even further down. Does this open? Oh, still need the master key for that. Alright.
They say a good test of a relationship is how well you travel together. Well, I'd say Amelia and I have passed that test with flying colors. Indeed, these last few months in Egypt have been nothing short of extraordinary. She and Roth get on like old uni chums. In fact, the two have spent more than a few nights drinking and playing cards into the wee hours. Despite her decidedly proper upbringing, Amelia's taken to roughing it more than I ever have. She fits in and connects with the local populace with such amazing empathy. Because of her, I've had a bit of an unexpected breakthrough in my research. She managed to convince an artifact dealer in Old Town to sell me a magnificent and quite unusual Tibetan scroll. From what I can tell, it seems to contain details surrounding an immortality ritual of some sort. I think it's time for me to take the next step with Amelia. In fact, I don't think I can wait any longer. I will ask for her hand tomorrow in the bright Egyptian sun amidst the dust and ruins.
I'm not surprised he asked her to marry him as soon as he got the idea.
Can't do anything with those. Phew. Okay, now it's getting a little bit spooky in here. And there's a rat. Go on. Scat. Get out of here. Shoo. Ooh, wine cellar.
Amelia, I know we have had our differences in recent years. I've tried my best to keep an open mind about your relationship with Richard, but I just can't let you go on this ill-conceived expedition without saying my piece. You say Richard's theories have merit. You say that he may have actually stumbled upon some mythic, unknown truth, but I have seen nothing to support such claims. And while your word may have been enough in times past, I cannot let you squander away what remains of your name and reputation, and that of our family, truth be told, on some damned foolish crusade.
Always about the
I
family.
intend to go to Richard's investors and let them know exactly how he's spending their money, but I want to give you a chance to put a stop to this yourself. Please, don't go to Tibet. If not for me, at least for Lara.
Mm-hmm. All right. This isn't supposed to be a horror game, is it? Alright, that's, wow, there's a crap ton of wine here.
Still just as creepy as I remember.
Okay. Before I move that, let me head over here first. because it looks like we have another document.
My lord, I hope this missive finds you on a successful expedition and in good health. Before I bore you with estate affairs, I wanted to let you know that our little angel has been into some mischief. As always, I indulged her in our usual game of chess. Over the course of the game, she broached the subject of her mother. She's having trouble remembering her now, and wanted to enter her ladyship's atelier, which you sealed off, to play on her mother's piano. It enraged her when she wasn't allowed to go in, of course. For someone so young, she has such strong emotions.
That's good.
Later in the day, she set a trap for me in the walk-in freezer, of all places. Before I knew what was happening, I found myself locked inside. Mrs. Sheffield discovered me an hour later,
That's good.
shivering and somewhat peeved. It took us an additional hour to find Lara in the grounds. I know all her hiding places, of course, but this time she really did not want to be found. Call it years of observation, but I can tell when she's out of sorts. My lord, if I may be so bold, she misses you fiercely. She is lonely for her father. Please consider a call as soon as you are able.
Okay, I like that callback to Tomb Raider 2. In the walk-in freezer trapping Winston in there.
Poor Winston. I remember being so angry. He was always so patient with me.
Cockroaches. I guess I gotta stand over on this side of it, huh? Fine. There we go. Better. Looks like that's where we need to go, but I'm gonna check out over here first.
King to Queen 1. I'm going to win this time, Winston.
Clever girl. But you should know by now, winning isn't everything. Queen to King's Bishop 6. Check.
Easy for you to say. You always win. Knight takes queen.
What I mean to say is try to enjoy the journey, Lara. Don't rush to victory. Bishop to King 7.
I know, Winston. I just want... Oh no! I didn't even see that.
You should also know by now, I'm not to be trifled with on this board, young lady. Mate.
Oh, I am going to win. Someday.
Lots of bugs about here.
I would play chess with our old butler Winston on this board. Never could beat him. I always chose white. Maybe if I let him go first once in a while, I might have won.
Okay. Anything over here in these cabinets? I need a crowbar for these. Okay. Same with this one. Oh, more stuff.
Everything is almost ready for Mistress Lara's birthday expedition surprise. It's been a bit of an all-hands-on-deck effort organizing the affair and keeping it secret. She's obsessed with Egypt, memorizing hieroglyphs and ancient Egyptian districts, so she'll be delighted with what Lord Croft has come up with. This will be good for her. She's been acting up of late, but I know she's just craving more of her father's attention. He's been so buried in his research. It'll be a nice moment for the two of them to reconnect. And I do believe he needs it as much as she does.
Oops. Wrong one. So what, I can't read that even though it's right there in front of me? There's probably more to it than that. Oh, there's another thing I missed right over here.
I'm at a crossroads now. Good Lord, that's such a cliche. But there's truth in it. 2 roads before me. Both present joy and compromise. A life with Richard, adventure, intellectual pursuit, perhaps a new family. But also a man obsessed with something I cannot understand. Or a life of obligation, upholding the de Mornay name, embracing our traditions, not losing the family that raised me. Oh, this really is a rubbish choice. I don't want to lose them, but I love the life I've started to build with Richard. He comes with his own difficulties, but I can accept them. Will it be enough?
Alright, let's see here. Nothing else roundabouts here. Yeah, go away, rat. I don't have a weapon in this game. Alright, so... Well, that was weird. But that allows me at least to come up here. And move that out of the way, okay. My cat Zoe sneezing over there. Alright. Oh.
Dad loved a good bottle of wine. I can still smell his favorite Bordeaux.
Okay. Croft decanter. Oh, low ceiling.
Dad, this is it! The basement of despair!
Indeed, Lara. Muster your courage, for this is the only path to the Library of Infinite Knowledge.
Look there! See the string?
An ancient Egyptian tripwire. The Keepers of Knowledge want none to disturb their treasures. We must tread carefully.
Let me lead. I know how to spot all the traps.
I'm sure you do, my darling. Lead on.
Well, we know where she got her adventurous spirit. Okay, there's got to be some way to get to that. I mean, obviously I'm as close as I can get here. And if I try to lean forward, I'm sure it's gonna... Okay. I don't want to go too far forward because that's where my computer is. Alright, fine. I'll just, I have to admit, it's pretty cool. Play, Lord Croft indulged his daughter this way. Alright, yeah. The infinity symbol for the Library of Infinite Treasure. Oh, okay. Looks like you left some of these things out here, huh?
One of the wire traps Winston made for my birthday expedition. Winston used my hair ribbons to make this. He and Dad put a lot of work into this birthday surprise.
Well, we can step right inside of that. Oh no!
Water damage from the main hall above.
That's probably where we want to go, so I don't want to head there just yet. Let me check those other passages first. There's something over here? No. There is something right here, though.
My stuffed bear. I couldn't have a tomb without a mummy.
Yeah. That's so cool that they did this for little Lara. Okay, so just another way through it. Okay. So we're talking about being able to get in there. That's weird, that's freaky. Okay, so let's see if we can't get to there. Make sure to keep our heads on a swivel in case we're missing things. I'm sure we're going to miss some stuff. That's looking better here. Use the surface passages to reach the library. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Thank you. But first, a slight detour over here. Oh, come on. There we go. This is what I was talking about.
This bust of Anubis was from Dad's Egyptian collection. He must have put it down in the basement for our little expedition.
Wow. Pretty cool. Okay. Actually, I hadn't even looked at that map again here. Let's see. 35% complete. Really? Man. There's still a ton of relics to go. More than half the documents and another mural. Where was the first mural? Alright. Yep, we're up.
Plans for adding electricity to the manor. Dad used to say his granny hated all the bright lights. There's a missing page.
So there is.
Amelia left tonight. She packed her suitcase and walked right out of here, and I didn't even notice. Like those days in the Oxford Library before we even met, I just had my nose in a book, lost in my own world. I am such a fool. I have let my obsession with this damned ritual of long life rule my better judgment for far too long, and it may already be too late. How could I have not seen this coming? I've made this mistake over and over, always putting my research before my personal life. But it's never hurt like this before. I simply cannot live without her. If I have to give up this accursed quest that has plagued me for so long, then so be it. I am going after her, right now, tonight.
Okay, Dad's ledger has to be in here somewhere. Hopefully it has the combination to the safe.
Okay, search for the combination in the library. Well, I'll tell you what. I have been streaming for an hour now, so this is actually a good time to stop. Seeing as how we're only 37% complete, which is right around a third, a little more than a third of the way through. We still have a ton more relics and documents to find, and another mural to find as well. Yeah, I think this is an excellent time to call it quits for tonight. So, I'll just keep the mask on as I go through my ending spiel here. So if you have been watching, thank you very much for doing so. I greatly appreciate it. Please follow me here on Twitch at twitch.tv/SturmB. If you've been watching this on YouTube, again, thank you very much. Please like and subscribe if you feel so inclined to do so. You can follow me on Twitter at SturmB and on Instagram, where I'm simply known as Sturm. I will make most of my announcements on Twitter in case there are any delays or reschedules or whatnot. I stream every Wednesday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 2100 Eastern Time. Don't know what that is UTC. Doesn't matter. You can do the calculations yourself. There's an exercise for the viewer. So anyway, until next time, take care.